Hey guys, it's your girl Grace back in the kitchen today, and you already know what that means. We're talking food, glorious food. But more specifically, we're going full foodie detective today. You know those moments when you're completely engrossed in a recipe, the culinary gods are smiling upon you, and bam, you realize you're missing a key ingredient. The worst, right? Well, today's video is all about dodging those culinary curveballs. We're diving deep into the world of substitutions, specifically for those elusive little gems. Chanterelle mushrooms. Chanterelle mushrooms are like the Beyoncé of the fungi world. Super delicious, a little bit fancy, but sometimes they just like to disappear on us. But don't you worry your pretty little aprons, I've got your back. Whether you're a seasoned chef or just starting to navigate the kitchen, I promise these substitutes will rock your world and your taste buds. So buckle up, grab your spatulas, and let's get cooking. All right, first up on our list of chanterelle understudies, we've got the fabulous oyster mushroom. You can usually find these guys chilling at most grocery stores, so accessibility is definitely a win. Now, when it comes to flavor, oyster mushrooms like to keep it low-key. They've got this mild, slightly sweet thing going on, which is kind of similar to our girl, the chanterelle. But where they really shine is in the texture department. Oyster mushrooms have this delicate, almost velvety thing going on, which makes them perfect for sautéing, grilling, or even just tossing into a stir-fry. And here's a little insider tip from yours truly. If you want to really amp up that chanterelle-esque flavor, try tearing the oyster mushrooms into smaller pieces before you cook them. Trust me, it makes all the difference. Oh, and before I forget, let's talk substitutions, people. You can pretty much swap oyster mushrooms for chanterelles in almost any recipe. They're super versatile like that. So whether you're whipping up a creamy pasta dish, a hearty soup, or even a fancy schmancy tart, oyster mushrooms have got you covered. Next up on our fungal adventure, we're hanging out with the shiitake mushroom. Now these guys are a little bolder than our previous contender. They've got this rich, earthy, umami flavor that's like, whoa, where have you been all my life? Seriously, shiitakes bring the flavor. And just like our good friend the oyster mushroom, shiitakes also boast a pretty impressive texture game. They're a little bit meatier than oyster mushrooms, which makes them awesome for grilling, roasting, or even stuffing. Can you say stuffed mushrooms? Because I definitely can. Now, when it comes to subbing shiitakes for chanterelles, you've got to be a little more strategic. Their bold flavor can sometimes steal the show, so it's best to use them in dishes where their earthiness can really shine. Think hearty soups, savory stir-fries, or even robust sauces. Oh, and here's another hot tip. If you're feeling extra fancy, try using dried shiitakes. They've got an even more intense flavor that'll add a whole other dimension to your dish. Just make sure you rehydrate them before you get your cooking on. Chapter 3. Crimini mushrooms, the reliable sidekick. Okay, let's be real for a second. Sometimes you just need a reliable, no-fuss ingredient that's always there for you. You know, like that friend who always answers your calls at 2 a.m. Well, in the mushroom world, that friend is the crimini mushroom, also known as the baby Bella. These little guys are like the superheroes of the supermarket. They're everywhere, they're affordable, and they're always down to play a supporting role in your culinary adventures. Now, I'm not going to lie. Criminis don't have the same delicate flavor as chanterelles, but they've got this hearty, earthy vibe going on that works surprisingly well in a lot of dishes. Think of them as the reliable sidekick to your culinary superhero. They might not have all the flashy powers, but they're always there to lend a helping hand, or should I say, cap. Criminis are super versatile and can be sautéed, roasted, grilled, stuffed, you name it, they can handle it. And because they're so readily available, they're a great option when you're in a pinch and need a quick chanterelle stand-in. So next time you're feeling lost in the grocery store, just remember, crimini mushrooms are your best friend. Chapter 4. Porcini mushrooms, the intense flavor bomb. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to enter the big leagues of mushroom flavor. I'm talking about the one and only porcini mushroom. These bad boys are like the Beyoncé of the fungi world. Bold, intense, and they know how to work a room, or a plate in this case. Porcinis have this deep, earthy, almost nutty flavor that's seriously on another level. They're often dried to concentrate their flavor, so a little goes a long way. Seriously, you only need a small amount of dried porcinus to add a massive punch of flavor to your dishes. Now, because of their intense flavor, porcinus aren't exactly a one-to-one substitute for chanterelles. But if you're looking for a way to add a serious depth of flavor to your dishes, then these are your guys. Try using them in risottos, pasta sauces, or even soups. And here's a pro tip. When you're rehydrating dried porcinis, don't throw away the soaking liquid. That stuff is like liquid gold, full of flavor, and perfect for adding to soups, sauces, or even risottos. Chapter 5. Trumpet mushrooms, the textural mastermind. Last but not least, let's give it up for the trumpet mushroom, also known as the king oyster mushroom. These guys are like the architectural marvels of the mushroom world. They've got this long, elegant shape that's just begging to be photographed and eaten, of course. But what really sets trumpet mushrooms apart is their texture. They've got this dense, meaty thing going on that's super similar to chanterelles, making them a fantastic substitute in dishes where texture is key. Think stir fries, skewers, or even vegetarian scallops. Oh yeah, you heard me right. Trumpet mushrooms are amazing at mimicking the texture of seafood, which makes them a total game changer for our vegetarian and vegan friends out there. Flavor-wise, trumpet mushrooms are pretty mild, but they soak up flavors like a champ. So don't be afraid to get creative with your marinades and seasonings. And there you have it, folks. 5 fantastic chanterelle mushroom substitutes that'll rock your culinary world. So there you have it, my fellow fungi fanatics. The next time you find yourself facing a chanterelle crisis, don't panic. You've got a whole squad of amazing substitutes just waiting to step in and save the day. Remember, cooking is all about experimenting, having fun, and maybe making a delicious mess along the way. So go forth, my culinary comrades, and create something amazing. And hey, if you do try out any of these substitutes, be sure to let me know in the comments below. I'm dying to hear about your culinary adventures. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any future foodie fun. Until next time, happy cooking!